All right, we finally found a set of pegs in the bottom of the barrel that is big enough. Got the micrometer out. We got a little over a half-inch 0.52. So the collar's got to be bigger than that. Then we got one that's 0.56. So that one should work. Made in India. Yeah, these are probably 10, 15 years old. Who knows what I mean? The plastic's all pretty old and dirty. And they're rosewood pegs, which, because they're so old, they're going to be nice and hard. Yeah, fits that one, fits that one. Looks like this hole here is the, every peg's a little different. $64, $56. $59. This is the biggest hole. Whoa. That's funny. Oh yeah, it was smaller. 56. 58. All right. That looks like a pretty good setup. Put this one in here. Because we still have to make sure that the holes fit the pegs. So you need a reamer and a shaper that is the same taper. Otherwise they won't fit. These are both German made. Oh, that one's slightly off there. Okay. Yeah, always double check. Yeah, we'll tighten that one up there. Just tap. Must have got loose. Alright, so let's see if this shaper is going to be big enough, though. It's very large. Plus, yeah, if we cut it right there, it's going to be too small. So we got to get a larger shaper. Extra large. Yeah, it looks like a good one to start with. Double check. And this is one we made here. Yeah, perfect. Pretty much the same as the German one, which is expensive. So we got extra large, extra large, large. You might need one in between. I'll see. So we'll start by making sure all the holes are the correct taper. Yeah, we better get a newspaper here to catch all the shavings. I'm going to take out as little wood as possible. It was off by quite a bit, so we're turning just quite slowly. You can see the shavings coming off this side, not that side, which means it's getting to the right taper. And then we'll go backwards a little bit. And I can also tell by how it's fitting right there and fitting right here. There's a little bit of a gap there. So it's not true all the way through. And you can look on the inside. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's lighter where the wood's been removed. Well, you can still see the drill marks from when they drilled these out bigger. It's all striated. Anyway, go to the next one. Again, see, not the right taper. Of course, you got to make sure you're getting in the right hole. You don't want to do it the wrong way. So just to remind yourself, if you're doing this at home, keep the other pegs in the holes you're not working on so you get the right one going the right way. Since I've been doing this for 45 years, I know which one is which because I was getting in the way. All right, so that one was way out around. We'll take maybe 2 or 3 twists. Clear it out, then go backwards to smooth it out. Because you got grains going 2 different directions here in the hole. And the end grain is harder. So in order to make it nice and smooth, you want to go backwards and kind of burnish it. Yeah, that made that quite a bit bigger. Now we'll shape and fit these as we go along. We might not have to shave these hardly at all because the holes are so big. Yeah, that one's going to have to go in the extra large. We need another blade over here. Alright, so we got that one about as far as we can go. Want to leave as much wood as up to about a 5/8 or 3/4 of an inch. This one's pretty close, so we're going to just go backwards on this one. Ooh. We got a big one there. Well, we're going to have to be careful on these last 2. Let's see which one's bigger. Yeah, this one's going to have to go in a little further. So the idea is you want to get them all equal. This one's not going to be a problem, but these 2 are perfect. But this one's going to be a little shorter, so we want to make them all shorter. Let's see if this one right over here. Now, see, that's the smallest one, so maybe we'll better put this one up here. Yeah, it looks like that one might have been shaved a little. Maybe these were tried out once. Yeah, it doesn't matter which way I do it. Looks like they're gonna. Yeah, let's get the rest of this tag off of here. So you can see what a complex and time-consuming process this is. to get it just right. So we're going to have to make this all tapered properly. Going backwards only, not cutting out any more material, trying to burnish it because the wood is dried out, kind of soft. Even though it is hard maple. Alright, see if that's made a difference. Look at how far that goes in now. I have to use one of the bigger ones here. Yeah. Looks like no matter how we do it, we're going to end up with a short one there. Because every hole is slightly different, and every peg is slightly different. So to get them all to match properly, it's tricky. Yeah, this is going to be... I might have to fill one of these holes. Otherwise, going to have a sharp peg. Yeah. This one is slightly smaller than all the others. And you can't make these bigger. Well, typically what you would do is, what we might do here is, what we're going to have to do is fill one of those. That's all there is to it. And the easiest one to get to is this one here. It's also the largest, or the smallest. Yeah, used the two big ones down there. I had three of them there. Yeah, well, this is the easiest one to get to. So that's the one we'll be bushing. Yeah, the hole is bigger than the other ones. It's the main problem. These all fit pretty snug now after I will shape those. Let's check and see. These have been pre-shaped a little bit. Oh yeah, they're just about perfect. About 3/4 of an inch is just about right. That one's a little further off. This one's nice, tight and smooth. Pre-shaped many years ago, and it still holds its shape. Sticking out a little bit too far, and the oil's still out of brown. Do a little half twist here, cutting. And backwards. You can tell how dry that wood is by that creaking sound. Oh yeah, it's nice and tight now. 3/4, just like the other one. Once we cut them off and put peg dope on them, well, might as well do these two. This one we're going to have to bush, which means we add wood to it. Get our bushing material. We'll fill those holes with this. Oh, that's pretty close there. This is boxwood, extra hardwood. We might have a pre-cut here. These are cut to the same taper. Pieces left over from previous bushings. Not too small. Also too small. What's this one here? I think I already tested that one. No, maybe I didn't. Oh yeah, that one's going to be just right. Got two different sides. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty tight there. So that means that it should go all the way through just to about there. And we need a piece for this side here. That's a good candidate. Telephone, memento. Got my answering machine on. Good. So we'll get the hot glue plugged in. We'll glue these two plugs in there. By the way, this is what pegs look like before they're pegs. This is for violin. Cut them on the lathe. Then you cut these off, shape the heads. Then you fit them to the instrument like that. So our hot glue isn't hot, but I'll show you how we do these. Finish fitting the pegs. Just we mark a line, and we're going to cut them off at. All right, mark a hole for the peg. slightly to this way of the center around pegs going this way because they'll work their way in. Leave room for them to go further in and not get into the wall. Yeah, so now we'll cut those babies off real quick with the power saw. You can tell which one is which because they're going to be different lengths. This one's going to be shortest. This will be the longest, obviously. So we cut them a little bit past in the line so we can smooth them off, sand them down. I'll do one here real quick. You can see what I'm doing there. Got power sander. With the vacuum attachment, rotating it, get a nice smooth. You gotta have a vacuum attachment because that sawdust is no good to breathe. Alright, we're just taking off a very little minimal amount. Then we'll get some sandpaper out. Yeah, put this back up here. And because we got a carpet and foam backing, gets a nice rounded, gets that nice rounded surface well. Some people like to make it more of a bullet point at the end. I think it's more work, more aesthetics. Some people like to have them very flush too at the edge, but sooner or later they're going to push through as the hole gets bigger and the peg shrinks. So we'll fine sand that and we'll drill the holes. Where'd my pencil mark go? There it is right there. Drilled the hole, then we're going to seal this up with French polish. Yeah, I usually do all 4 of these at once, but let's make them long for a long video. See, that seals up the wood so it's not as susceptible to humidity changes. That wood in there is pretty dry too. Normally I wouldn't seal these, but because this wood is so old and dry, I'm going to put a little French polish in there, those holes, so they don't dry out anymore. Yeah, those I got to remelt yet. Alright, so now it's French polished. Only takes a minute or two for that stuff to dry. It's 50% alcohol, denatured alcohol. which one was this? Yeah, it'd be the last one here. And see the little hole there. And we'll put some peg compound on it. There's several different kinds available. I avoid the ones with clay in them. This is more of a soap and pumice compound has grit and smoothness. And you can see it just sticks out a little bit. I think it looks nicer that way. And we still got to drill the hole and treat that one the same as that. Got to ream the hole. I don't think we ever did ream this. Can't remember. Yeah, I think we did all of them. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Alright, so when the hot glue is hot, we'll glue these bushings in so we can make that hole smaller. And we'll put these two other pegs. Thanks for watching.